Hello everyone, and welcome back to Hidden Korea, the home of stories that surprise, inspire, and capture the heart of every fan across Asia. Today, we bring you a stunning revelation that has completely taken the entertainment world by storm. That's right. Zhao Lusi and Leo Wu leave fans speechless with a surprise wedding announcement this October. The beloved drama couple, whose on-screen chemistry once set the internet on fire, now turned fiction into reality. But how did this secret romance blossom behind the scenes? What really happened before the shocking wedding reveal, and what do their families and fans have to say? Stay tuned, because what started as a fairy tale on screen is now turning into one of the most talked about real-life love stories of the year. The entertainment world froze at exactly 8 p.m. when two words appeared on social media that no one expected to see: "We're getting married." The post came from Zhao Lusi's verified account, accompanied by a soft, almost ethereal photo of two intertwined hands and a caption that read, "After years of laughter, friendship, and shared dreams, we've decided to write the next chapter of our story together." Within seconds, the internet exploded. Fans couldn't believe it. Was this a movie teaser, a brand campaign, or was it real? Zhao Lusi and Leo Wu, two of China's most adored young stars, whose chemistry had once lit up the screens in hit dramas, were actually getting married. For years, the two had been the subject of endless fan edits, shipping wars, and whispered rumors of a secret romance. But both had always smiled politely in interviews, denying anything beyond friendship. That's why this announcement hit like lightning. Just a week ago, both stars had been seen separately attending public events, Leo at a fashion show in Paris, Zhao promoting a beauty brand in Shanghai, with no hint of anything unusual. Reporters who had spoken to them just days earlier said they seemed calm, focused, professional. Nobody, not even their management teams, had predicted this storm. At first, the disbelief turned into denial. "This can't be true," one fan commented. "It must be a drama promotion," wrote another. But then Leo Wu confirmed it himself. On his personal account, just minutes after Zhao's post, he uploaded a candid photo, the two of them sitting by a lake at sunset, her head resting on his shoulder. The caption was simple, almost poetic. "She was my best friend long before she was my everything." That, the world lost its mind. Within an hour, every entertainment outlet from Beijing to Seoul was covering the story. By midnight, their names dominated search rankings across Asia. Fans began revisiting old interviews, searching for hidden clues, the way Leo would glance at Zhao during press conferences, how her laughter always lingered longer when he was near. Clips flooded social media with titles like "They were in love this whole time," and "The signs we all missed." But behind the romantic chaos, an undercurrent of confusion ran deep. How had they managed to keep such a monumental secret for so long? And why choose now, this October, to announce it? A few insiders began speaking out anonymously. One claimed that the couple had been dating in secret for over 3 years, ever since working together on their drama that became a cultural phenomenon. They were inseparable off camera, the insider said. But they were careful. They always left events separately, never stayed in the same hotel. They didn't even follow each other on social media for a long time. It was their way of protecting what they had. As the rumors spread, fans started piecing together a timeline. Just that Zhao Lusi had once disappeared from social media for nearly 2 months during a production hiatus, the same period Leo Wu was reportedly filming in another province. Now, old paparazzi photos resurfaced showing two people wearing masks, walking through a winter market. The height, the posture, everything screamed Leo and Lucy. But at the time, nobody dared to confirm it. The more the pieces came together, the more the truth began to feel both shocking and inevitable. And then came the official confirmation. Statement from their agencies. Actors Zhao Lusi and Leo Wu have grown close through years of collaboration and mutual respect. After deep thought and support from their families, they have decided to enter marriage this October in a private ceremony attended by loved ones only. "We ask for everyone's blessings and understanding." The words "private ceremony" made headlines almost as big as the announcement itself. Where would it be held? Would there be photos? Would fans ever see their wedding? Speculation ran wild. Some said it would take place in Jeju Island, where they'd filmed a commercial together 2 years ago. Swore it would be a royal-style wedding in Hangzhou surrounded by flowers and candlelight. But just as the excitement reached its peak, an unexpected wave of backlash hit. Critics accused the couple of staging the timing to distract from political tension in the entertainment industry. Others claimed it was a PR stunt before a new joint project. The most skeptical voices said the marriage wouldn't even happen, that it was a marketing illusion designed to ignite global buzz. For days, silence followed. Neither Zhao nor Leo appeared in public. No interviews, no clarifications. Only that one photo, two hands, a sunset, and a promise, kept circulating like a hauntingly beautiful secret. Then came a twist no one predicted. At dawn one morning, paparazzi captured photos of Zhao Lusi arriving at Beijing Capital Airport. She wore an oversized hoodie and dark sunglasses, her head lowered. Flanked by two staff members. What caught everyone's attention wasn't her, it was the silver ring glinting on her left hand. The photo went viral instantly. True, screamed headlines. Zhao Lusi seen wearing engagement ring. Fans worldwide broke into celebration. Beneath the cheers, a quieter storm was brewing. Because only hours later, another leak appeared, a supposed wedding invitation. Printed on ivory paper with gold lettering. The invitation featured both their initials intertwined and the words, October 12th, a day where two stories become one. It was elegant, understated, and heartbreakingly real. Except, the source was unknown. No one could confirm where it came from. The agencies refused to comment. One entertainment journalist tweeted, "If this was meant to be private, someone just betrayed them." Fans were torn between joy and concern. Who leaked the invitation? Why would someone risk exposing something so personal? Theories multiplied. Some believed it was an obsessed fan who had somehow gotten access to the guest list. Others thought it was an insider, maybe a stylist or a close friend, who had sold the information to tabloids. But the truth was darker. Hidden behind the fairy tale glow of their romance was a growing pressure neither star had expected. Dozens of brands they endorsed began calling their agencies, demanding clarity. Event organizers hesitated to book them. The fans, once united, a fracture began to form. Some were overjoyed, calling it destiny fulfilled. Felt betrayed, accusing them of lying all these years. The online war between Protect Lucy Leo and they deceived a screw vicious. Meanwhile, inside a quiet apartment in Shanghai, Zhao and Leo sat side by side, watching the chaos unfold on their phones. For a long moment, they said nothing. Then Zhao whispered, "Do you think we made a mistake?" Leo took her hand gently. "Honest about love is a mistake. Then I want to make it again." The words sounded romantic. But his eyes were tired. The glare of the spotlight had turned what should have been the happiest moment of their lives into a battlefield. And yet, as the world debated their choices, silence became their most powerful statement. Because the next day, I posted one final message, simple, sincere, and direct. "You can question everything. Just not our love." That line alone gathered more than 6 million likes in 24 hours. The war between love and doubt was far from over. The first time, the world began to see Zhao Lusi and Leo Wu not as stars, not as characters, but as two people fighting to protect something real in a world built on illusion. The days leading up to October felt like the calm before a storm. But everyone knew it was only silence on the surface. Beneath, the waves were crashing harder than ever. Multiplied. Some said the couple had secretly postponed the wedding due to unresolved legal issues. Others whispered that the bride's family disapproved. That the agencies were at war. That the media pressure had pushed them to the edge. Then, in the early hours of October 10th, something happened that no one, not even their most dedicated fans, could have predicted. A short video clip leaked online. Grainy, shaky, filmed from what looked like a car window. It showed Zhao Lusi stepping out of a black van in what appeared to be a countryside estate. She was wearing a white dress. Hair tied simply. No makeup, no entourage. Just her, smiling nervously. Looking around as if searching for someone. Caption read, "Zhao Lusi spotted arriving at the wedding venue. It's happening." The clip hit 10 million views in 1 hour. By sunrise, reporters had gathered near the property gates. Helicopters hovered above. And fans camped along the nearby roads holding banners and flowers. The once secret ceremony was no longer secret at all. Inside the estate, the atmosphere was nothing like the chaos outside. Under a canopy of soft autumn light, Zhao Wu stood near the altar. dressed in an off-white suit. He looked calm, but those who knew him could see the tremor in his hands. A close friend later revealed. He barely slept the night before. He kept checking his phone. The pressure from the media would make her back out. But she didn't. When Zhao finally appeared, everything, the noise, the crowd, the flashes, seemed to fade away. She walked slowly toward him, the wind gently brushing through her veil. Leo's eyes softened, and for a brief, fleeting moment, time seemed to stop. There were no celebrities. No cameras allowed inside. Just a small circle of family and friends. But even within that privacy, the world's gaze somehow lingered. As they stood before each other, the officiant spoke softly. Marriage is not the end of a story, but the beginning of one written together, in truth, in trust, and in love. Leo smiled and whispered something only Zhao could hear. Her eyes filled with tears. She nodded, and the two exchanged vows written by hand. Own words, promises not of perfection. Persistence. Outside the estate walls, the crowd cheered when word spread that the ceremony had begun. But then, in the middle of the joy, a post appeared online, one that threatened to turn the fairy tale into tragedy. An anonymous user on Weibo uploaded screenshots of private emails allegedly between Leo Wu and a film producer, messages suggesting that his agency had wanted him to delay the wedding for image reasons. One line read, "We can't risk losing sponsorship deals." Wait until after the drama release. The post went viral instantly. Suddenly, headlines shifted from fairy tale wedding to corporate scandal. Was the marriage real? Or just a rebellion against control? By the time the ceremony ended, the internet was on fire again. Paparazzi screamed questions as the couple left the venue hand in hand. Leo, did your agency try to stop the wedding? Zhao, were you threatened to stay silent? Neither of them answered. They just smiled, tired, genuine, defiant. Later that night, Zhao Lusi broke the silence once more. On her social media, she posted a single photo, their hands clasped together, wedding rings glimmering in soft candlelight. The caption read, "They said we should wait. Love doesn't wait." That single sentence changed everything. It wasn't a scandal anymore. It was a stand. Within hours, global media outlets picked up the story. Fans flooded the pages with messages of support. Fought for love. Finally, something real in this fake world. They didn't hide, they chose truth. But the pressure on Leo's agency was enormous. Several endorsement contracts were paused. Investors demanded explanations. One network even delayed the release of his upcoming drama. For a few days, it looked like their honesty might cost them everything. And then, something miraculous happened. An open letter began circulating online, written by a veteran actor who had once mentored Leo Wu. It read, "We raise young stars to be perfect, polished, profitable, and then punish them when they act human." What Leo and Lucy did wasn't reckless. It was brave. The letter went viral. Within 48 hours, sentiment flipped. Major news outlets shifted tone. Articles once filled with gossip now called it the most sincere love story in modern Chinese entertainment. By the end of October, both stars had regained their footing. A week after their wedding, Zhao returned to filming her next project, and when reporters asked her how married life felt, she smiled softly and said, "Oh, that's all we wanted." Leo, on the other hand, in a live interview for the first time since the chaos, his voice was calm, but his eyes glimmered when he spoke of her. "We're not perfect people. We fight, we struggle. But at the end of the day, she's my home. That's what love means to me." That clip, just 40 seconds long, was shared millions of times. Fans called it the line that killed the internet. That followed, the noise began to fade. The hashtags slowed. The paparazzi moved on to news stories, and life, slowly, beautifully, began to return to normal. Those who had followed their journey, the memory of this October would never fade. It wasn't just a celebrity wedding, it was a story about defiance, vulnerability, and two people who refused to hide behind the masks their fame demanded. One evening, months later, posted a quiet reflection on her blog. "I used to think love was about fireworks, loud, fleeting. But now I know it's about warmth. Like a candle that never burns out. That's the kind of love we chose." It was her first and last statement about the wedding. She never mentioned it again. Need to. The world had already witnessed everything, the shock, loss, the heartbreak, and finally, the calm. And somewhere in that whirlwind, Zhao Lusi and Liu Wu reminded millions that sometimes, even in the glare of fame, love can still be simple. Because in the end, what truly left fans speechless wasn't just the wedding announcement, it was the courage it took to say, "We love each other. And that's enough." The curtain falls on this unbelievable story. One truth remains: sometimes, love speaks loudest in silence. Zhao Lusi and Liu Wu's journey began with a whisper, shook the world like a storm, and ended not in chaos, but in peace. They proved that real love isn't about perfect timing or flawless images. It's about choosing each other when the world tells you not to. Universe of flashing cameras and endless rumors stood still, together. And for that, they reminded us that even in the brightest spotlight, sincerity can still exist, and that hearts, when brave enough, can change the way we see love itself. This has been Hidden Korea, where we bring you the untold stories, the beauty, the shock, and the truth behind the stars. Thank you for watching, for feeling, and for believing with us. Until next time, may your heart stay open, your dreams stay wild. May you always find light in the stories that move your soul.